Ladies and gentlemen, today's lecture we are going to do a ton of topics. We are going to focus on Dar al-Islam and start getting into what will be South Asia and Southeast Asia. You have a vocab quiz tomorrow, 21 through 30. Please make sure you are ready to go for that. We will be doing a wrap-up lecture. This week you had 3 lectures. You'll never see 3 again. Ever. Like ever again. So I hope you enjoy it. You will be the most in class prepared for this test, but you'll never have this again. We can't really talk about how to study for your test except to go through your focus, go through your lecture notes, stuff like that. That is the best way to prepare for this test. But going forward, after you take the first test, we can have like an actual coherent conversation about how to prepare better. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm not trying to set you up for failure or anything like that. Re-listening to my lectures if you want to. That's not what I'm saying you have to. If you want to definitely go through your focus, go through your notes. Those are the 2 best sources to help prepare for your test on Thursday. But after your test on Thursday, we can have a coherent conversation about, oh, that was really hard because of the skills required. Yes. How do you prepare for a skills test? We can have that better conversation on Friday. Everyone clear? Perfect. So tomorrow you have a vocab quiz. We're going to wrap up content. We are going to do a little bit of review. We'll be using whiteboards tomorrow. And we'll kind of go from there. So the last thing you have in your notes is what, Lucy?
We were talking about
Okay, perfect. So yesterday we started talking about Dar al-Islam and the spread of Islam. We are talking about the 2 major sects. What is one of the sects, Maggie? Sunni. What do Sunnis believe, Maggie? You didn't write it down, or do we not cover it? Oh, you need this content, girl. It's a huge deal, and this is a rival that exists to this day. Laura. Caliph. And the Caliph is the leader of the religion. Shiites believe what, Caitlin? Okay, and why is that a problem in 2022, Kaylin? Or actually in literally like 1200. Why is it a problem? Yep. It falls to chaos. Why? It does fall to chaos, but why does it fall to chaos, Evan?
Because they believe that the next prophet should be related to Muhammad. But Muhammad, his bloodline basically dies.
Yes, his bloodline dies. Maybe make a note of that next to Shiites. His bloodline dies out. How does your bloodline die out, Mr. Rickert? Well, who doesn't have children? Be specific. What? Who? You're missing a huge part. Say it. Yeah, it's male line. It's male. Okay? So they had a bunch of females and stuff like that. It's not like they stopped procreating. Like Hitler's family, extended family, all decided not to reproduce, so Hitler's line is dead. They, after World War II, people, descendants of Hitler, decided not to have any more children, so the blood of Hitler is gone. There's no one alive today who has it. That's a direct descendant. There's outside descendants, of course. Okay? They purposely stopped it. Muhammad, it was just a females, so no male heir. That is the big deal. Okay. Sunnis, Shiites, they hate each other because they disagree on Caliph. Sunnis are larger, Shiites are smaller, and more unique. There are only 2 empires that we studied. We talk about this. Okay, and what are they, Ella? There you go. Safavid and modern-day Iran. So very few empires are actually Shiite-based. Those are the only 2 we talk about the whole year. Okay. This is going to cause, put a big star, inner turmoil between Islamic states. This whole conflict, this fraction, this division in Islam is going to cause major rivalries throughout the Islamic states. Okay. 3 big things you need to know about the Dar al-Islam. Number 1, it is the cultural foundation of the Middle East. Dar al-Islam is the cultural foundation of the Middle East. Second thing, it is the academic center of the world until about the 1300. 1300. Okay. Third thing is Dar al-Islam will facilitate worldwide trade. First period couldn't answer this, and maybe I didn't make it clear to them. I don't know, but I need to make sure. Why are Muslims the ones facilitating worldwide trade? Why are they the ones doing it? And do not tell me it's because of Islam. It's not like Muhammad walks you through the desert, people, okay? Why are Muslims the facilitators of worldwide trade? Christian?
They're from the area, so they know the areas they're trading through better and more safe for them.
Okay, you need to qualify. You're completely right, but there's you need to qualify one thing about it. Nina, help him out.
Because the majority of people in that religion were like traders.
No. They just happen to all be the same religion. Miss Raw.
Is it a universalist religion?
Well, yeah, but that has nothing to do with the fact they're traders. Rickard.
Is it because it's like the Middle East was a dangerous place?
Yes. That is the most dangerous place to traverse. So you need to know that. Ladies and gentlemen, write it down. The Middle East is the most dangerous place to traverse in Afro-Eurasia. Afro-Eurasia is the known world at this time because Christopher Columbus hasn't discovered the Americas yet to connect all of it, okay?
So it was the
So-
most dangerous place to do it.
To be in Afro-Eurasia, okay? Why? The Middle East is known because of what, Rylan?
The Middle East is
What is the Middle East, dude? When you think Middle East, what is it?
it's an area in
Yes.
the middle of
The East?
yeah, and very dry, and there's a lot of Islam people who have
No. Please help me. Micah. Yeah, it's a desert. It's a desert. What would be a modern day city located in the deserts of the Middle East in 2022? What is the big one, Andreas? Dubai. When you think Dubai, do you think of like, oh my God, like, oh, that would be just such a relaxing place to go for a long walk? No, dude. They're literally building things indoors. They built a ski mountain indoors because it is a desert. It is a desert and it's incredibly mountainous. You need to know that. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind these people are traveling by camel and by horse. So, if they're traveling by camel and by horse, do they have unlimited water access? No. So, if you get lost for an extra day or two, how's it going? Things are not going well because the water is going to be incredibly rationed during this place. So since they already know the areas that are the most dangerous place to traverse, when you're just walking through nothing but flat Asia, that's not scary because you've already done the hard stuff. Yes? That's why Muslims are facilitating worldwide trade. They already live in the most dangerous place. They know how to traverse it. A bunch of white people from Europe don't know how to get through the Middle East, so that's why they are not facilitating worldwide trade. Christianity does not spread along trade routes. Why? First of all, white people are just sitting in Europe for a long time. And if white people start ending up in the basin, the Indian Ocean Basin, and in East Asia, it is on boats. They don't have the understanding of how to get there over land, and they just don't want to do it. Okay. Dar al-Islam. Everyone understands its importance and its significance. Okay. The first major empire is the Abbasid Caliphate, yes? It is going to go from Spain to South Asia, okay? It is going to go from Spain to South Asia, okay? Islam will be in Spain for 900 years. Is that a little influence or a ton of influence? Yeah, the United States has only been around for 200 and something years, people. Islam was in Spain for 900. Keep in mind, we're a very small speck in history. Okay, so we talk about the Abbasid Caliphate. They are going to be spreading Islam by force or just exposure? Exposure. So people are going to convert to the religion because they enjoy it. What is the only religion that forced converts? Maggie? Christianity. Please keep that in mind. Now, when we talk about the Abbasid Caliphate, you do need to know a couple of things. The Abbasid Caliphate is pro-slavery. They are going to have slaves. However, their slavery is not like our American slavery. First of all, it's not color-coded. We brought black people from Africa to what was the colonies at the time to make it easier to keep track of runaways. That's why we did it. Okay? We also, here in the Americas, stripped these Africans of their culture, their identity, to isolate them and psychologically destroy them so they would be more subservient. We are the only people to do that. And I say we, people in the Americas. Okay? The historical use of slavery, which is what the Muslims are going to facilitate, and you need to know this, is Muslim slaves are allowed to have their own culture, language, and religion. And they come to being a slave because of debt or war capture. That's it. Yes. Okay. Muslims have slaves that, I can't remember what I said. I'm not trying to be that dramatic. I literally can't remember what I said, Sailor. I'm so sorry. I'm really not trying to be. Huh? Yes, you can have your own. You better take that earbud out, Ella. Damn. You better take it out, though. All right. They can have their own culture, they can have their own religion, and they can have their own language. Okay, so they're able to have their own identity. They just have to work for their slave owner. Now, is it still slavery? Yes. Is it ideal? Hell no. I am in no way telling you that slavery in any form is okay. But there are worse types of slaveries. Can we agree? Chattel, which you don't need to know right now because it doesn't exist at the time period I'm teaching, Chattel, is what we have, which is this complete self-destruction of the most inhumane things you could possibly do. In the Quran, it's important that you hear this, in the Quran, if you have slaves, you have to sit with them and eat dinner with them and break bread with them. Because Muhammad truly believed that slaves are not essentially subservient, but they are equals and need to be provided for. Do we see a difference from that to the American slavery till 1865? Yes. Still slavery, not ideal. However, there are different tiers of slavery. Chattel, which is what we had here in the United States till 1865, but really 1869 is the worst. What? The modern thing, they're hiding it. There's yes, there's no, they've outlawed it. I don't know. There's a whole thing. Yeah, there's a whole thing. I don't know. What do you got?
Did you say that they became slaves because they were in debt?
Yes, it's usually in debt or you are captured in war. Those are the two big ways people become slaves. Okay? So, here we go. Major innovations by the Dar al-Islam. You need to know this guy is the reason you hate trigonometry. Anyone here hate trigonometry? Are you too young to take it? I don't even know. Yeah? All right. Well, he's the reason why you'll hate trigonometry. Okay? It's pretty cool. We have a female author, but you don't need to know her name. And then you do need to know medical advances. They are going to create surgery. They are the ones who create dentistry. Don't we all appreciate that? Hello? Fresher breath? What? Okay, they are going to do the first pain mitigation. So they're the first ones to really start studying how to make it easier and knock people out. They haven't figured it out, but they get close. And they do like a bunch of stuff. They're the ones who come up with a lot of the skills we're still using today, including our stitches, like how the specific stitches we use. Don't ask, I'm not a doctor. Teacher. Target. Alright, and then cultural, you do need to know a couple cultural innovations. They preserve Greek and Roman texts. They copy them into Arabic. Thank you. I'm really struggling. 4 a.m. wake up, man. Damn it, hang on. All right. They're going to translate it into Arabic. They are actually going to keep the original scrolls as long as they possibly can. And they are going to spread 0, the math formula. They do not create 0. 0 is a huge deal. Without 0, you can't do lots and lots of math. Don't ask me what, because I don't know anything about math. But historically, I do know, they're the ones spreading it along, which is why we have Arabic numbers, which are the writing system for numbers we use today in 2022. Year 1, year 2, year 3, they're Arabic. It's not because the Arabs created it. They're actually going to get it from the Gupta, which you don't need to know, but they're Indian. So that's pretty cool. The Indians create 0. Okay.
Weren't the Mayans using it? Or is it like Mesoamerican?
Yeah, but they're completely in isolation, so it's not what causes the spread. They're in isolation for quite some time until... Yeah, what year? Guys, I've sang the damn song 1,000 times. In 1492, Columbus sails the ocean blue. Learn the damn song. Here we go. All right, now, Sufism. You need to write that down. Sufism is a belief in mysticism. Dun, 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 dun. And what is mysticism, Haley? Mysticism. If I say, oh, you're being so mystical, what does that mean? Okay, I mean, you're at least trying, and I appreciate that. Miss Roth, mystical means?
Like spiritual in a way that's like there's like God.
God. No. What do you got, Bella?
Doesn't it have to like do with spirits or something?
Spirits, no. It's magical. What do you got? Yeah, it's like magic. Hello, mystical, like under, like these like spirits, if you want to believe the spirits come out and do all this stuff, or it's a mixture of chemical compounds, you know, whatever. Okay, mysticism is the belief in blending magic, like puffs and smokes and stuff like that, and religion. Why does this matter? This matters because Sufis, S-U-F-I-S, or people who believe in Sufism, are going to be the largest converters to Islam. Write that down, put a star next to it. It's going to come up 1,000 times. Sufism is the belief in the mystical force of Allah. They are going to be the largest converters to Islam. So what does that mean? What does that mean, Penelope? They are the largest converters to Islam.
Lots of people like choose to like
Yeah.
join their religion.
Yeah, because they watch like this cool show with like smoke and lights and wow. And they're like, damn, that Allah is wild. I'm gonna join. This sounds cool. So they join. Okay? It's a huge deal. The Abbasid Caliphate spreads its Islamic force because of Sufism. Okay? It's this mixture and blending that has occurred. Okay, now keep in mind, Sufism has roots all the way back to Egypt. Okay? In Egypt, they had people who walked around with mystical powers, aka stuff in their pockets that they could light on fire and turn colors. And that's how they attracted people to the power of the emperor, right? They would put on little shows and people would be like, oh my god, the emperor is so cool. Yeah? We're saying completely propaganda. What is the propaganda of the Catholic Church today? It's wealth. Have you ever seen a Catholic church? You walk in and you're like, damn, that's a lot of gold. That's the propaganda of the church. All right, here we go. So, when we talk about Dar al-Islam, you need to know that they are the facilitators of worldwide trade, the center of the intellectual movement. Abbasid Caliphate is the largest of them. Their social structure, here we go. You need to know that its leaders are called sultans. Okay, anytime you see the word sultan, you know it's Islamic. So Aladdin is, he's Islamic. Yeah, guys. Anyway, okay, so their leaders are sultans, and underneath them you have your religious leaders. Okay, and then you have merchants. Then you have your slaves. Okay? Alright, here we go. So, let's do South Asia first. South Asia, skip a space, center it. South Asia is your new heading. What is the largest country in South Asia, Reese?
China?
South Asia.
India?
India is your largest country in South Asia. So next to South Asia, I write India just to help you retain this information. You have to know your regions, people. Okay, you need to know your population originally was all Hindu. Population originally all Hindu. Then rejection of the caste creates what religion? I did teach you this, Cyrus. What religion is created with rejection of the caste? Starts with B. Buddhism. Okay, so everyone in India was Hindu. Then people got annoyed with the caste system, so we started having Buddhism. Okay, then by force, and underline force, Islam is brought in. When it's by force, Miss Ott, what does that mean?
It means that they have to convert.
No, because in Islam you can't.
It means that they like, they took over that city, like, the Sultan.
Yeah.
So that's by force, right?
Yeah, by war. If it's by force, it's by war. Okay? They took over by war, and they're going to burn down all the Hindu temples and Buddhist temples. Is that how you make friends? No. So, you need to know that Islam comes to South Asia by force. Then they will burn down all the temples and build mosques on top. Mosque is, of course, what, Andreas?
The Islamic, like, ritual site that people go to.
House of worship, yes. There you go. Okay? So, it is going to cause huge fractions of anger. So, is Islam welcomed into India? No. How's it going today in 2022? No, things are not good. They literally created a whole country for the Muslims to leave India. And today in 2022, there's a genocide happening in India of Hindus literally hanging Muslims. And in China. Well, we aren't in China right now. We're talking about India. But yes, it's a huge problem in India. Okay, so this is a huge problem. Okay, couple things you need to know. Muslims are really good at what? What are they good for? What are they super talented at and become the center of the world because of it? Trading. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Because the Delhi Sultanate, which you should know from your notes, the Delhi Sultanate will increase India's trade influence. Okay. India, what goods are coming out of India? Come on now, what do you got for me, Kira? No, that's only in China. What do we got? Jay? What is Indian food known for, Jay? No. It does have rice though. And it's like soaked in coconut milk, so it's like phenomenal. But no. Tejas. Yes!
And they're known for spices.
Yes, they're known for the spices. Most spices come from India. Does anyone know what the two most popular spices in the world are at this time? And actually still today. Andreas?
Salt and pepper.
No, salt can come from anywhere. Salt can come from anywhere. It's like sea salt. So salt isn't actually that, it's not specifically coming from India. Pepper is. Pepper is coming from India. What is the second most popular, Miss Ott? Cinnamon. Yum, yum, yum. Cinnamon is your second most popular. Did you know cinnamon is bark from a tree? Yeah, it's wild. They just like peel it off a tree or something. I don't know. Apparently, Americans are very bad at tasting the difference between cinnamon trees and some other tree. And so typically Indians in India send us Ceylon, which is like this other type of tree in India, which tastes similar to cinnamon but is not cinnamon because we can't taste the difference.
So we're getting ripped off.
Absolutely, unless you pay for 100% cinnamon. It's just like vanilla. Like, are you eating real vanilla or are you eating fake vanilla? There's a similar plant like that. It's just like olive oil. If you go to Greece and you say you're an American, they don't give you the good olive oil because we can't taste the difference. Does that make you sad? I wouldn't be. It all tastes the same to me, the olive oil. Anyway, so those are the two major. They're also known for their textiles. Write that down. What is a textile? Let's go. Giselle, what's a textile? Fabric. Yes, thank you. That took me like 5 minutes in the last class. Thank you. It's fabric. They're known for their fabric. Okay, or textiles is the term you need to know. And wood carvings. They have very beautiful, intricately carved wood carvings. Those are the major trade items. It is a huge destination. Other minor spices that are coming through are going to be nutmeg, cardamom, which is one of my favorites, and what is the other one? Oh, paprika. Those are your minor spices. But the biggest ones are going to be cinnamon and pepper. Okay. South Asia is going to be participating in 2 trade routes. You need to know this. They are facilitating both the Silk Road, which also comes to India or South Asia, and Indian Ocean Basin trade. Indian Ocean Basin. Those are the 2 major trade routes they are huge players in. Okay, politically, you need to know that it goes from kingdoms, write this down, to large empires. Kingdoms to large empires, and then smashes to hundreds of small kingdoms. It is incredibly dramatic. Every time we have an empire rise, it starts as a kingdom, it rises into an empire. When it falls, it smashes into like 1,000 kingdoms. Okay, it's incredibly dramatic. Most places doesn't have anything quite like it. We talked about the Delhi Sultanate. If they're the Delhi Sultanate, they are Islamic for sure. Okay, they are going to cause a ton of chaos. We have what, about a minute? No, we have longer. Nice. Okay, perfect. So the Delhi Sultanate is going to be the first major empire in India. Write it down. The Delhi Sultanate is your first major empire in India that we study. Okay, it is Islamic. You know, Sultanate should have told you. They are going to bring trade or increase worldwide trade with India. They are going to increase tension between Hindus, Muslims, and Buddhists. They are going to increase tension between Muslims, Hindus, and Buddhists. Okay? Politically, they are chaotic and bloodthirsty. So does this sound like an empire you'd want to live under? No, it's not ideal. They are going to increase the wealth of India, but it's chaotic. What that means is sons are killing their fathers to become rulers. There's one time one of the sultanates are going to kill off like 15 people at a dinner, kind of like the red dinner, the red wedding in Game of Thrones, and literally wipes out like 2 generations of leaders. So a 12-year-old boy can take the emperorship, the sultanate.
A 12-year-old boy?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, he had some help, but yeah. It's pretty wild. Okay, so your Delhi Sultanate, okay, politically chaotic. It is going to rise into power. It is going to be hated by other Hindu and Buddhist kingdoms in the region. They're going to try to blackball it out. Does it work? No, it doesn't. But it does cause lots of rifts. So it is going to be blackballed by other Hindu and Buddhist empires or kingdoms at the time.
There were still other kingdoms.
Yeah, it's not all just one. But yeah, there's smaller ones. Like the Chola and the Vigar are going to be in power, and they're going to try to isolate them out. It doesn't work, but they try.
Well, like, but I thought like the Dar Islam overlord conquered South Asia.
They come to the grips of it, but they don't take like the southern peninsula of
No,
it.
there's still Buddhists.
Yeah, there's still tons of Buddhists and Hindus and stuff like that. Oh, a big thing, ladies and gentlemen, under Delhi Sultanate, you need to know they allow people to practice their religion or attacks. Attacks. Attacks, yeah. It's called a jisa. Jiza. Here, let me write down. That's not how you spell it. So, it's called a jisa. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, Muslims are all the way to South Asia at this point. This is starting at like 1036, goes to about 1230, which is why we're picking up on Delhi Sultanate. Now, when we're talking about it, okay, a big thing that you need to know for your social structure. Hindus are using what system? Caste. But the Muslims and the Buddhists use the untouchables as kind of slaves.
What?
Slaves. The Buddhists, to a degree, I mean not all, but if it's a Buddhist empire, they don't get rid of them. Buddhists and Buddhists and Muslims use the untouchables as slaves. Okay, because in the caste system, the bottom tier are the untouchables. So they don't all follow the caste system, but the lowest tier of the caste system is abused by everyone. So that's nice. Okay? At the top, you have your emperor or sultan, depending on if it's a Buddhist or a Islamic or Hindu. They call it an emperor as well. And then you have your religious leaders. Then you have your merchants. Then you have your slaves or untouchables. Okay. Yes, sir?
So, if like a Buddhist empire, like a Muslim empire, they
Yep.
took over,
We will be talking about both of them.
if
Yep.
they took over like a Hindu empire,
Yep.
they would use the bottom people as slaves.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, if the system's already in place, it's more effort to dismantle it than just
Yeah.
keep using it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think everyone in the empire like
Pissed
switched.
off, yeah. It'd be a lot. So they just kind of keep going with it. Well, if they're already considered the lowest group of people, who are we to lift them, right? Like, we wouldn't want to do that. And that becomes part of the issue. Bye. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett.
See ya.